I hope to survive for 100 days straight in hardcore Minecraft. At this point, I have tried this countless times before and have failed every single time. After I loaded into the world, conveniently, I saw a village right away. On my way over to the village, I SEAL Team 6 some sugarcane and then realized this village was pretty sad. The villagers wanted to give me a bunch of hay, so they left it on the ground, guess to try to make up for their sad village. And then I 1v1'd the iron golem. He lost and then gave me exactly enough iron so that I could craft a pickaxe. I then crafted a bunch of stone tools. To end the day off, I convinced some things into occupying this very small gated area next to my house that I will greatly regret because how annoyingly loud they are. But let's not think about that right now. On day 2, I was feeling patriotic, so I go hunt down some helpless animals. Then I do a little unconventional fishing, just in case I see a stray cat that wants me to be their caretaker. Then I try my hand at herding up some cattle. And on day 3, I worked on some farm chores to feed all these animals. Then I built a fence around this farming villager to protect him from mobs. Off in the distance, I spotted some piglets and decided that I wanted to grow the farm even more. So I enticed them into a pen using carrots. I then go gather up some spruce saplings, arguably the most valuable sapling in the game. I have my first encounter with a hostile mob on day 5. Yeah, I guess you could say I'm taking it slow. I plant them sweet money trees on day 6. I try to breed some villagers, which I should probably watch some YouTube videos on how to do more effectively. Would I be really learning if I don't struggle first? And then on the morning of day 7, I was showing my buddy Freddy how to operate the crafting table, and then Freddy saved my life. He was a true hero. I spent the rest of the day pulling myself together and working on an abomination of a build, but more on that later. It's day 8 and I'm off for some iron. It's about time I get some armor or something. I get helplessly sidetracked by trying to tame a llama. It's a pretty cool creature. I don't have a saddle or a mat or something. I don't know what you're supposed to use to ride a llama, but I didn't have it. So I left the llama and then stumbled up on some sweet cheddar. I'm talking emeralds. I head back to the farm with about 22 pieces of iron, which should get me started on some iron armor. However, seeing that I lack hardcore skills, I opt out of the iron armor and go straight back to building the most horrendous build to date. The premise of the build is that I have my breeder above the trading hall. Iron golems are only able to spawn on top of the roof, which has water, funnels them around to a processing chamber. I don't like the word kill chamber, but it is what it is, I guess. Once I had it going, it kind of works, I guess. I don't think it's the most effective way of doing this, but it's the way I did it. Breeding the villagers was painfully slow. In the future, I definitely plan on using more YouTube resources on how to do more effective and passive villager breeders. After running around for 28 days, squishy as squishy can be, I upgraded my armor enough to trade for diamond armor. From days 32 to 41, I primarily worked on upgrading my gear and trading with the librarians to get looting 3, protection 4, and mending book trades. I also did some potato farming and bred my cats, and obviously worked on getting emeralds. By day 42, it's time to get down to business. I make a lazy mining shack by using the Squidward home. I dig straight down, which, you're not supposed to do or whatever, but I would dig down by 2 blocks so that you can always see that you have a safe block to land on if it does open up into a big cave. Until I felt like not doing this anymore, and then I just did it normally. Right away, I found a mining shaft. I was jump scared by a zombie, and then after changing then I found not just 1 spider spawner, but 2 spider spawners, and some material. I found a chest that had a name tag and my first diamonds in it. I rise on day 44 to find a traveling trader. His trades were not very good, so let's just say I now have some extra lead. I was working hard at the lumber business before I got distracted. This is for Freddy, you sizzling troublemaker. I then replanted the money tree farm, and on day 45, I bred my oinkers. Then worked on taking my yesterday's haul to the market. While my measly 2 Fletchers were resetting, I worked on harvesting and replanting my potato field. Day 46, I sold my taters and headed back to the field. Then on the morning on day 47, I found a random ender eye just laying there. So that was pretty sweet. It's day 48, and I'm right back at it. moving quick with my fancy axe, cutting down some trees. After going crazy on some spruce wood, I harvested my sugar cane and ate a steak. Then I got back to letting my ham collection get out of hand. I promise that during these 100 days I'm trying my best to get rich, but I'm spending it as fast as I'm making it. Go figure. To end the day off, I buy a bunch of Looting 3 books thinking that I can combine them together to get Looting 5. I didn't know that Looting 3 is the best it's gonna get. Nevertheless, I start on upgrading all my gear, trying to get myself comfortable in this hardcore environment. I got a long way to go though, definitely not there yet. On day 49, I did all sorts of breeding, and then I harvested my bacon patch. Yeah. On day 52, the infamous Freddy killer was creeping around my trading area. So, I had to do what any Minecraft pro would do and take him out skillfully. Well, everybody makes mistakes, and that was one of mine. Clean this up. Day 55, I find yet another spider spawner. 2 more spider spawners. I guess this is Minecraft telling me that I should make a spider spawner farm thing. So for the next few days, that's what I'll work on. And I'll link the video I referenced in the description. I'm sure you guys have been yelling at the screen telling me that I should block in my villagers so that a zombie can't get to them and infect them. Well, I heard you and I just procrastinated or ignored it. I don't really know, but it is whatever. I got what I deserved. My villagers were infected and then I blocked them in because that's my IQ level, is blocking in already infected villagers. Cool. Then I got back to work on my early game XP farm using the spider spawner. I'm happy with the way it turned out. It's not the most powerful thing in the world, but it's something. Day 59, I fed the animals, harvested the field, and so gross, repetitive. Day 60, I spent at the spider farm. Not bad XP, but was it really that good? You guys let me know as far as how this compares to other farms. This is one of the very first XP farms I've ever built. Day 61, I spent working on collecting up some deep slate for building materials and found 1 diamond. Yeah, just 1. Ugh. On day 62, I dressed up the spider room AFK spot area with some deep slate. Definitely does not make up for the lack of build up to this point, but a boy's gotta start somewhere, so I collected more deep slate on day 63 and then built a nether portal. It's about that time. And then finally, on day 64, I hop into the nether. I'm terrified of the nether, and to say the least, the spawn was not helping that. It was just about as bad as it gets without being in lava. I take a look around and there's not really anything to look at. So I build up to the nearest area that I'm able to traverse and I start looking for another fortress. And I spend a while doing this. I make it to another fortress on day 67 and found some pretty decent loot. However, the blaze gates were not as abundant as they usually are. Usually they're all around and trying to take me out. I ended up leaving the nether fortress with 8 blaze rods. Yeah, that's not that many. I think it's gonna be enough to get me to the dragon fight and get me a couple brews. I'll tell you what though, I'm just really ready to get out of the nether. It is not my favorite place. On my way back, I did the one thing that you need not do, and that is dig straight down. That was pretty scary. My heart was beating really fast. Thought to myself, maybe it's time to get off and do some homework. Get off and chill out a little bit. But no, that's not what Minecraft had in mind for me. I've been in many situations where I almost die and then die. So this whole almost dying and not dying thing is pretty foreign to me. I don't know if I like it or not. I think that it's a little intense. Regardless, I get back to my dirt disaster of a hut and find an army of iron golems has spawned outside to do a little peeping on the villagers. Day 69, the little piggies went to the market and, looks like only 4 made it back home. I felt bad for the horse, so I decided to help him make a break for it, and I don't know what I'm going to name him, so let me know what you guys think would be a good name for the horse. I'll probably never ride him because he's slow as molasses. He's a good horse. He has good intentions. On day 70, I went mushroom hunting, and by that evening, I had healed all my neglected villagers. Don't worry guys, you guys won't be infected again until I need better prices. Day 71 was a huge accomplishment for me because I harvested and replanted my entire potato field within one day. Huge accomplishment for me because I'm so easily distracted. I then make some fire resistant potions because of my strange addiction to swimming in lava. I guess it's the adrenaline, I don't know. I did some terraforming on day 72. Strangely satisfying. Goes very quick when you have a super sweet D1 dozer, which is a shovel that's enchanted. Day 73 was full of capitalism. I'm only a sane Minecraft player who takes advantage of villagers, and some spider spawner stuff on day 74. I negotiate a Silk Touch and Unbreaking 3 trade on day 75. Unbreaking 3 was what I was originally after, seeing that I keep breaking my tools and having to spend a bunch of time in the repair section AFK area where I smack the spiders all day. I really needed that Unbreaking 3. I'm really glad I have it. Day 76, I spend the entire day upgrading tools. All these phenomenal YouTubers out there that like get maxed out on day 5 is incredible. They truly make it look so easy, and it's just not. I then did some more terraforming on day 77, followed up that evening with some 4 Freddy fights, and turned around to see an iron golem going to work on some mobs, man. I mean, he was giving them the 1-2, arms up, down kind of business. Seeing that this guy could be pretty useful in a pinch, I decided to give him some iron, get him back to full strength. I don't think I mind having him around. On day 78, I spent the day doing some terraforming and then lit up some shallow caves. I struggled for the majority of day 79 placing down or digging out a circle foundation for a corner tower I would like to build for a future castle down the road. Definitely not within these first 100 days, but I'm going to try my best. It's not until this evening that I'm able to actually start putting down my deep slate. These cats are so cute. I never thought of myself as a cat person. Definitely a cat person now. On day 80, I finished the floor to the tower. And let's just skip to me getting beat up by this little guy. Alright, it's day 82, and I added some shroom lights and some spruce wood for the second floor and built this wall. I didn't have anything in plan particularly for the wall. I just knew that I didn't want it to be a straight flat wall. Ooh, 2 pearls. Looting 3, though it's not looting 5, is pretty nice. On day 84, I was out of wood, so I headed back to the tree farm. 0% of this build has been planned out. Honestly, I doubted that I would even get this far in the game. I'm just having a good old time now. Nevertheless, I decided to use spruce logs to set the roof on, and in the end, I think it looks pretty good. On day 86, I began to work on the wall that goes to the right of the tower, and it's kind of a big commitment to go off to the left like I'm doing. It's going to be worth it in the end because I'll have plenty of room to do whatever the heck I want. On day 87, I worked on terraforming and on the second tower. Day 88, I bring the wall up to its final height, along with the second tower. I work on chopping down some trees on day 89 to get some more emeralds. I decided to let these cats follow me around so that the creatures of the night leave me be, so I can do things in the nighttime. I really need to start thinking about Dragonfight. I'm not gonna lie, I've been putting it off because the last 2 hardcore attempts I've done ended in the days 95, 97 time frame at the Dragonfight. So I'm not gonna say I was scared, but nervous? Yeah, I'm a little nervous. Disregarding my fear of the dragon, I pushed past it and upgraded my bow to level 5. And then on day 90, I made some trades with a librarian, and I settled on sharpness 2. Earlier in the 100 days, I had smite 5, which isn't actually that good in my opinion because it only helps against the undead. I combined a bunch of these books to get sharpness 4. I would have gone to 5, but I'm poor. I needed to repair my stuff, so I spent day 91 slapping some spiders. On day 92, I realized that I had never used an ender chest, so I crafted one up just to realize they don't work like shulker boxes. I guess I got them confused. I'll figure out how to use an ender chest maybe in 200 days. On day 93, it is finally time for me to head out and fight this dragon. By the time I had made it to where I think the stronghold is, and I had fallen. I'm finally making my way down to the stronghold, and I spent forever looking for the portal room. I about had a heart attack when a creeper jump scared me, and when I went to go back up, the iron door behind me was closed automatically. It definitely added to the effect of the creeper scare. I found the portal room on day 94. Oh my goodness, of course I don't have enough ender eyes. On day 95, when I was heading to go get some water to make a portal to the nether, I found a chest with 3 diamonds and a music disc in it. It's pretty good. I'll take it. I built a portal and headed to get more Eyes of Ender. After trading with some sophisticated piglets, I got what I thought I needed. Apparently I need 4 and not 3. Jeez. So I headed back to the Nether. It wasn't until day 98 that I was able to organize my gear for the final time and then hop into the portal. Thankfully, the dragon fight wasn't too crazy. Nothing nasty happened, at least. I made sure to come prepared with some slow falling potions, because if the dragon hits you just right, you'll just go flying in the air, and if you're like me and can't do a water bucket to save your life, then the dragon fight can be kind of hard. I'm no Chris Kyle, and if the dragon didn't come to perch after I destroyed all his ink crystals, I think they're called, it would have taken me forever to beat him. Defeating the dragon felt great. I gathered the dragon egg and then gathered up some more pearls so that I could find some end cities a little bit quicker. After hopping through the portal, it wasn't long until I found my first little warm-up end city. There wasn't any loot in the city, but I did get to warm up against some shoulder dudes. After destroying my pinky and doing some questionable pearl tosses, I finally had an end ship in sight. I would love to be able to obtain an elytra before the 100 days is over. So I tower straight up to the end ship. Whoa, 6 diamonds. I know where I'll be coming when I need more diamonds and secure my first elytra. Don't mind me, I'll just be taking this. It wasn't long before I ran out of time and inventory because I didn't bring enough wood to make a crafting table. I guess it's about that time to be hopping up out of here. I find the nearest portal just in time for me to do something that I have never done in a hardcore world before. Watch the end credits roll. If you guys have made it this far, just know that I really appreciate you. And if you've liked this content, like and subscribe.